Hello everyone, welcome to the Break Digit Show. My name is Roberta. I want to use this opportunity to thank everyone that tuned into Break Digit Show last week. You guys gave me a huge surprise, giving me over 20,000 views on the last episode that we did was just so amazing. I never expected that I could get such views in a very short while, and you guys made it happen. And I would also like to thank our publishing partners, Tech Trends, Mobility, Business Aim, Entry News, Naja Tech Biz, Sky Trend News for publishing the show on their platform. You guys made it happen. Thanks. Today's this week's startup is Tuteria.com. Tuteria helps people who want to learn new things, be it subject or a skill, anything you want to learn. It connects them to tutors around their environment that will teach them at a very affordable price. So after the break, we are going to come back. I'm going to introduce the founder of Tuteria. Thank you. Keep on. With me here is the founder of Tuteria. His name is Godwin Benson. Just so you know the kind of people that we have in the show. So Godwin is a first-class graduate from the prestigious University of Lagos. He studied systems engineer. Engineers we rub. And he just left a job at Delloitte. I know you really want to get a job at Delloitte, and someone is actually resigning from Delloitte to go and start Tuteria. So, I told you last week that I'm really excited and that I feel honored and like it's kind of a big opportunity for me to sit down every week talking to people who are making things happen. You really wish to be on my show right now. Godwin, I'm really happy to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You're really amazing. What is Tuteria?
Okay, Tuteria fundamentally is a platform that connects people who want to learn anything.
Okay.
I mean, think of parents who need their kids to learn to do better at school.
Okay.
Or someone who wants to learn how to make beads, or who wants to learn how to dance.
Okay.
Dance salsa.
I like that part because I don't know how to dance. I don't know how to dance at all.
At all, exactly. Yeah. Or really, whatever you want to learn, how to ride a bicycle, how to play games, play chess or Scrabble. Of course, those are things that sometimes you could try to learn from friends.
Okay.
But we wanted to bring one platform where you could find people who stay around you, who can teach you whatever you want to learn.
Okay.
So that whole idea is the reason why Tuteria was built.
Okay. You were a teacher. You were working at Delloitte as their IT advisor.
Yeah.
And you left to go and start Tuteria.
Exactly.
What gave you that inspiration?
Okay, first of all, Delloitte was an amazing place to work. I was there for 5 months.
Okay.
So, and I met a lot of interesting people. But then the reason I left, well, I would say two reasons. The first is the fact that Tuteria has been on my heart for a long time. I mean, I started working on it before I got into Delloitte.
Wow.
So Delloitte, I thought I could do both Delloitte and Tuteria at the same time. But the Delloitte was so demanding because we had to do a lot of things, and it was killing my time for Tuteria. So I had to weigh both options, and I knew that Delloitte was going to make me a lot of money as well, but Tuteria will help me make more impact.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was when I thought of the millions of people I could help. With a platform like Tuteria, that was enough driving force to make me quit.
Wow. In fact, as I was just listening to you, I was getting inspired already. I know how much I've met people who want to learn a thing, who want to start something, but they're afraid because they have a job. I have one friend that she always have this idea, but she can't leave that juicy job to go and start on the streets, trekking and start.
A lot of people told me the same things.
I mean, you got a job on a platter of gold after NYSC, and you're telling me you want to go start a startup.
Yeah, there's something about an entrepreneur. Well, I'm not as though I have like a lot of experience. I'm just really starting out. But when you have an idea that you really believe in, it consumes you. Like you don't pursue it; it pursues you. So even when I was at Delloitte, let's say we close our work by 5. I just zoom my mind completely to Tuteria, and I'm working till 2 a.m. and I know I'm supposed to wake up it consumes you. So yeah, so for me, I understand. I had to think about that. Should I stay in Delloitte and still try Tuteria? But if it will succeed, it requires 100% of my concentration. Like it says that leadership, a company rises or falls on the strength of the leader. So I knew that if Tuteria would ever succeed, I cannot be one leg in and one leg out. I have to be two legs in. So that way I decided to put face to Tuteria.
Wow, that's really inspirational because you are the first class. If some people would have been chasing all the mobile job of this world and stuff, and you decided to help us create a platform where we could go learn something.
Exactly.
So what's the process of someone registering as a tutor at Tuteria?
Okay, so the process is quite elaborate and very, very manual.
Okay.
So it begins with an application where they tell us about themselves, their names, and where they stay, things like that, date of birth. After that, we ask them to upload a picture of their face. So if they don't upload the picture, they can't pass. They can't go beyond that. It's just keep bringing them back to that page, upload the password, upload the picture, and then once they do that, the next stage is identity verification.
Okay.
Where we ask them to verify their identities by uploading a government-issued ID, which could be international passports, national ID for voters card, driver's license, and also connect to one of their social networks, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Google Plus. So we compare information, we manually actually compare information from all the three platforms and make sure that what they tell us on the site is the same as what we see on their social networks and the same as what we have on their ID cards. And what that means is any tutor's face you see on our site, that is really who he is.
Okay.
Because it's difficult to bypass the three platforms at the same time. Yes. So anyone who cannot do that cannot go beyond that point in the application process. So it's very controlled. So after that, then they can tell us about their education, schools they attended, and the degrees they had, various degrees, PhD all the way to SSC, different kinds of skills. Like someone who might teach a manual skill might have only just SSC, might not have BSc and things like that. So we accommodate all of that. And then you ask you for where you've worked before, if you have worked, and where you work right now, as well as your teaching experience. And then most important to us is an explanation of your teaching experience. How have you taught before? Who did you teach? What was the outcome of the last time you taught? To tell us about your experience. So that is a very important decision-making factor for us, as well as the years of experience the tutor has. Then after that, that really comes to the end of the application process. Those that are approved can then begin to add the subjects they want to teach. Those that are denied cannot reapply until after 3 months. So they are blocked automatically. And there are various reasons why you might deny tutors. Maybe their IDs were not verified, so just deny you right off. Or when we ask you to explain your experience, you couldn't really do so articulately, of course. If you cannot
You cannot explain it. So what are you going to teach?
What are you going to teach? So those are several reasons why we deny. And then those that are approved, then we begin to add the subjects. For a lot of subjects, we have tests that they have to pass, like maths, physics, public speaking, swimming, piano, guitar. We have online tests. So, and it's a one-time test.
Okay.
So we see how good you are, and it's timed. So, and you have to have a certain pass mark.
Wow.
If you don't pass that pass mark, you cannot retake the test. It's a one-time test.
Oh.
So only those who pass that can then begin to create that subject where they talk about their experience in that particular subject and state their price. And for non-testable skills like bead making, cooking, and all that, we ask them to upload some proof of their skill, either pictures or videos, to show that they actually can do those things. If we think it's up to our own standard, we allow them in. So that's like the process of getting it to on board.
Okay, wow. It's quite a very long process, and I'm really happy about it because these things have to be done. Okay, so where does this lesson take place? Do you guys have like a school where the tutors come to teach, or do they come to my house? Do I go to their house? How does it work there?
Okay, it's very dynamic. It can hold anywhere, really anywhere. We have several clients. Like typically parents want lessons in their homes, especially if it's for a younger child. For someone who is preparing for maybe ICANN or something, might want lessons at his office, or someone who wants to learn how to swim, obviously has to be at a pool. So it depends. So the client and the tutor both would have to agree on where is the best point for them to meet to have lessons.
Okay. What happened if I found out that the tutor I got is not good enough?
Okay. Well, that hasn't happened so far, thankfully. But then, if it does happen, we have a guarantee that we guarantee clients that if by the end of your first lesson you do not think that you and the tutor can continue with this, you can cancel the class and get your money either refunded or we help you find a replacement. That guarantee is there. But if you've had more than one class, you've had like 2-3 classes, cancelling it's a bit tricky because now you've had more classes with that tutor, and so there might be a penalty for cancelling late. But if you cancel after your first class, there's no penalty. You get your refund, and then we get you someone else, or depending on what you want. But if you cancel late, there might be a penalty. So we refund the cost of the classes that have not been taught. But there might also be a small penalty attached to it. And there has to be a valid reason for cancelling, maybe after like 4 classes. Because if the tutor is not good, you would have known from the first class. So if like you've had 4 classes or 5 or 8 classes and you then want to cancel, that's destabilizing for both ourselves and the tutor as well. So there has to be some penalty.
Alright. So do you guys decide the fee? Like if I want to teach someone something now and I'm like, okay, I won't take less than 10k per class, or I won't take more than 5k per class. So do you guys get involved to make sure that these things are done, or how does it work there?
Okay, the pricing is based on the tutors. They charge whatever they feel. In fact, we encourage them to charge what they feel is a commensurate value for their work. So like we have some really experienced guys, really experienced, and they charge up to 5,000 per hour. Some charge up to 10,000 per hour. Depending on the skill. So but like 3D animation, the guy charges like 3.5 per hour, but his job is excellent. So but we don't regulate prices. We allow them charge as much as they want or as little as they want. But then oftentimes when there is a job opening, the tutor with the best tutor with the lowest price would often tend to get it. Maybe not lowest in that sense, but the best tutor with the best price. So if someone is charging so high, and we send that person profile to the client, and the client says, this guy is good, but this fee is prohibitive. Of course, we have to go for someone that is also good, but charges less. So ultimately, market forces determine prices.
So how many tutors do you guys have now?
We have about 4,000.
4,000 tutors. That's huge. That's really huge. In which and you have all these specialty, like I want to do physics, I want to do training. Fitness training, I want to do violin, I want to do dance. I don't know.
Interestingly, we have our site supports about 5,000 subject and skills. But we have tutors for about 256. The last time I checked. For various, of course, academics is the largest. But then you have for almost all makeup, beat making, dance. We have quite a number of tutors for each skill per state.
So you recently won this Microsoft Passion to Empire. You won 3 million. So before then, how were you funding the project, and where did you get the funds from?
Okay, largely we funded it from our own pockets. I am my co-founder. I have a partner. So it wasn't expensive, I would say. Well, we had money from Delloitte and all of that, but we had made up our minds that we were going to build everything ourselves. We had looked at all the opportunities available, and none would portray the kind of excellence we wanted to have. So we thought of building everything ourselves, from the site to the back-end code to the technology we used. Well, there were some that we had to find ways to use them for free. There were some technologies that normally we had to pay for,
open source,
but we had to get them open source and then customize them to suit what we wanted to do. So that way we didn't get to spend much to build the platform. So
now that you've won the money now, which area do you want to put the money into?
Well, largely it has gone well since we came live, which was in June. We've had to spend some money on marketing, getting tutors. And recently we started spending some on getting clients, but we had to stop because the inflow was too much for us to handle. That's the number of requests coming per day was so much, so we had to stop and try and work on the back end. But much of the money has gone towards marketing and several services we now have to use. That's cloud services that support the platform. So those are the various main. So we haven't even used much of the money, not up to 20% has been used.
Wow. Selling things.
Largely, Tuteria is spreading by word of mouth.
Yeah. So how large is your team? How many people work on Tuteria?
Okay, right now we are just 3.
Oh, you, your co-founder,
and the only employee.
What does she do? Or he or she?
She does. Okay, I do everything. I'm into everything.
Okay.
Apart from back end code.
Okay. So your partner code.
Yeah, he's the back end guy. I do front end. Business marketing. She is in charge of quality assurance mostly. So as tutors apply, making sure that they meet our standards. So she handles all that process.
So I want to have something else escapes my mind. Are you guys going to make money out of the
Are we
Tuteria?
going to make money?
How are you going to make money? Because
okay, yeah, we take a cut from, we make money when the tutors make money.
Okay.
So we take a cut from every booking that the tutors receive via our site.
Okay, how does the payment work? I pay you guys?
Yeah, you pay us, we pay the tutor.
Okay, I think it's safe like that.
And he's not going to him until he has taught all the classes.
Exactly.
In fact, so if you tell us that he didn't teach a particular class, he has to show us, tell us you taught this class.
Exactly.
Else you won't be paid for that class.
Exactly.
So that way it secures both parties. So there were also cases of tutors who, after they teach, the client will begin to say, I don't have money, and the tutors.
They have
that happens a lot. So we want to make sure that those things never happen.
Exactly.
If a tutor has taught, we believe he has invested time and energy.
Of course.
He should be paid.
He should be paid.
If a client has paid, they should receive classes. If they don't receive classes, tutor should not be paid.
Exactly.
So we ensure that system is organized and well managed.
It's a very interesting startups, honestly. Yeah. So what are the future plans? What are you guys planning to do?
Well, for now, we are still trying to get like I said, the demand was so much that we had to like,
are you serious?
Pack it in, and we think about the process. How do we make sure that we can handle the inflow? Because we had people make a request by Monday, and we could not attend to them till like Wednesday because of all the backlog of requests. And so that's bad. So we are coming up with ways of automating a lot of the things that we have to do manually, so that if a request comes now in like 2 hours, we should help you get someone. You don't have to wait for And then beyond that, we started with offline tutoring, so one-on-one. But we're also introducing other forms of tutoring as well, online video courses and things like that. So our aim is to provide various opportunities for people to learn whatever matters to them from those that can teach them. So this is just the starting point. And then we are moving on from there.
Wow. So do you teach anything? Do you have a class to teach?
Right now I don't, but I intend to.
I wanted to say I want to come and learn from your own particular class.
It would have been awesome, because of my time. I actually wanted to teach as well. For that math, I actually really like teaching for that math.
Please, I didn't like for that math. So
I really like teaching for the math, but then my schedule will not allow me. But when we do have
customer weekday just passed. I'm supposed to teach something like I even saw some of the startups Facebook doing the stuff for people like answering, being the customer care person that day. So I'll watch out for customer care week next year. And
hopefully I'll teach. That'll be fun actually.
All right. So is there any other thing you want to tell us?
Well, let me say that Tuteria, so far we are growing very fast. I think in a way faster than we could have.
Yeah, it will be faster. Honestly, you just bring up an idea and before you know, boom, it's everywhere.
It's gone. It's growing like it's like it's beating out of our hands.
Exactly.
And we had to come up with ways to manage it. But I think for me the joy is the fact that people are now able to learn. People who have either thrown away their passion because they couldn't find someone to teach them, or people who had to cope with their situations because they couldn't really improve. Now they are learning. We get people want to learn. You'll be amazed. A lot of people want to learn a lot of things. People want to learn how to speak Anan. Which is a traditional language among the Caribbean people.
Wow.
People want to learn how to speak different languages. It's amazing, and we are proud to be able to help connect them with those that can teach them, and they also earn extra money. So I think it's something that everyone should support in the way that they can, and because as many more tutors as we can help, meaning we are creating jobs for a lot. You're
creating jobs, you're creating comfort, you're making people to learn. It's a lot of things.
It's a lot of things. So it's a huge responsibility for us. Yes, there is money to be made, but that is the least on our mind. We are constantly pushed by the opportunities we can create for thousands of people. That's what keeps us working.
Wow.
Around the clock.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Alright, viewers, you have it. I don't know what to say, but whatever it is, just go and visit tuteria.com. Is it .com?
Yeah, tuteria.com. Not .com.ng.
Tuteria.com. So visit tuteria.com. If you have any inquiries, contact them. Just go visit the site. You could be a tutor, you could be a student, you could be. And I think people should develop a learning culture. It's not because you have master's degree. I learn every day. I learn things every week. I just have to learn something. Start learning something. And with Tuteria now, it's really very easy. The amazing startups. And Godwin have inspired us, bringing this into our support in. When you do register for a course, don't show attitude. Yes, don't show attitude to your lecturers, to your tutors, and make sure you pay your money and stop doing the wrong things. Until next week, when I will come your way again with another exciting startup. Stay in charge and keep watching the